Good morning, Russell here, your dog walking author. Have Augie with me and Luna on a gorgeous Sunday morning. Today's topic is another one of our favorite writing rules, and this one is one about writing dialogue. And the rule that you'll hear is you should write dialogue the way people speak. Now, what's confusing about this is you'll hear it both positively and negatively, like, oh, definitely don't write dialogue as people speak. And the other way people will say, yes, definitely write dialogue as people speak. My interpretation of the dichotomy between these two, and I'll start with the negative first, is yes, you don't want to write dialogue exactly as people talk. Because in real speech, people meander, they give a lot of small talk, they beat around the bush, they use a lot of ums and hus and likes, and if you try to write like that, it's word salad. Nobody's going to want to read that. What my interpretation of it means is more or less an approximation of real speech. And in real speech, people use contractions. They use colloquialisms and slang. They slur words together. So that is an approximation that sounds more natural. Now, again, of course, it depends. You need to know your setting. You need to know your characters. You need to know your story, because the story's set in Victorian England versus a fantasy setting versus some sci-fi. They're going to have speech patterns differently, and depending on the social class of your characters. So you have to take all that in mind when you're writing the dialogue. But for me, I find at least things like contractions, slurring some words together, sound more natural. So if a young guy is going to say to his friend, hey dude, remember that hot chick I told you about? I'm gonna ask her out tonight. Sounds more natural than, hey dude, do you remember the attractive female that I spoke about last night? I am going to ask her out. That's grammatically correct, but it sounds stilted, sounds robotic, doesn't sound natural. That's my interpretation of this whole situation. I'm curious what you guys think about it. How do you help improve dialogue? Have a good day. Make it a great one.